How do you feel about your experience with the grazing cohort?
I think it was good. It was educational. We saw how other people did other ideas with pasturing, and I think it's benefiting us.
Well, it's been positive. I can't say as I have learned a ton of like aha moments stuff, but a lot of little things to help out with my future grazing plans. And it's always neat to go to other people's farms and see how they're farming, because I don't know if anybody does it the same as their neighbor, and everybody does a little bit of something.
I think you've done well informing us with it, and I really enjoyed going around to the other farms and seeing what other people were doing.
Yeah.
I mean, we learned stuff from it. I mean, we took a little bit of knowledge. We took knowledge that we were getting from those farms and what Amber was telling, and we made something that would work for us. It maybe not be exactly what she had in mind, but this works for us.
I thought it was, in the long run, an enjoyable experience. It was slower in the first year than I wanted it to be, because we really accomplished nothing in the first year, but this year it certainly blossomed.
We felt it was extremely worthwhile and informative. Every session we attended, we came back having learned something new. Main mentor in this program was Amber Reed. She really put a lot of thought and preparation into having all the materials there so that she could do demonstrations, always had opportunities for people to ask questions, and just her very warm, friendly nature, I think, put everyone at ease and made everyone feel comfortable.
Amber was great. She went above and beyond her duties to what she needed to do. She would always keep in touch with you, see if there's anything she could do. So Amber did a great job as far as leading that cohort and getting people together.
The grazing cohort has helped us get the fence up and learn how to build a fence and of that type, and get the cows out. We went from 24/7 tie up to letting them out a lot every day, twice a day sometimes. The cows love it, and we love seeing them out, and they're just getting around, getting exercise, and it's a big benefit.
What improvements have you observed over the past 3 years in your rotational grazing management?
Not a lot. I've been doing rotational grazing ever since I started being organic back in 2008. So I've been doing it for quite a few years.
All right.
She was very good about water systems and different floats and valves or whatever to use to make your moving the tubs around much easier.
Historically, in a drought, I would keep running through my rotation and just feed them more in the barn. But this time we actually pulled them completely off and sacrificed the paddock and just fed them. And we saw a huge improvement. That's probably the biggest thing that I think we learned. And it just so happened that we were doing the cohort during a drought, so we had more discussion about that. So I think we learned about the lesson, but then we get to this year with all kinds of rain, we had to try it again. And hopefully we never have to try it again.
We keep improving, like by having them divided up the way we have and changing a few different things. We've been able to get better quality grass and stuff out there longer through the season, which means that we don't have to feed them stored feed, and actually the production has stayed up.
I've made my paddocks smaller. They used to be 2-acre paddocks, and now they're 1-acre paddocks. And as long as there's enough moisture in the ground to make the grass grow, and as long as there's enough rest period between grazings, I think that's going to work fine.
Basically broke this whole pasture up here, this field up into 2 sections, and we let the cows have one side in the morning and one side at night. Since then we've made some improvements on it.
We've seen healthier grass in our pasture and more volume in our grass by far. Our cows are happier going in and out. They don't seem to make as much of a mess, and we've gone up a little bit in milk on the rotational grazing.
Did you learn anything from the workshops that you attended within the cohort?
Yeah. A lot about the different grasses and what to look for and what not to plant, and just how to manage the grazing.
Think ahead. make a plan.
Yeah.
And even though you make a plan and it changes, you still made a plan. And have a vision, I guess, about what you want and try to get that in the end. Because to me, what Amber preaches is you've got to start at the end of it and work your way forward. And so you want good pastures in the fall, and in order to get good pastures in the fall, you've got to really plan during the summertime.
So the grazing, all part of it, nothing new to me because that's how we started out, is
Yeah.
rotational grazing. But
Yeah.
it was interesting to see the questions the other people had to ask about it.
Yeah, you and Rory, and a few others were so established in their grazing. There's a lot of farmers that were
Yeah.
just starting that definitely looked up.
A lot of them still don't believe it, but it does work.
Yeah.
What could be improved about this experience? And I don't want to seem negative in any way because I don't feel that way about this program. I feel it was extremely well orchestrated, very well organized, and extremely worthwhile. Is having the farms within the cohort closer together, that for a small farm like us to have to drive, over an hour, hour up, hour back, it took time that we're so short of time that it would have been much easier for us to participate if all the farms had been, say, within a half-hour drive or, in Windsor County, and kept the farm cohort closer together.
I think it was such a spread out cohort that it's almost impossible to do that. I recognize some of the people. I would also suggest that the meetings that are required for the cohorts be planned further ahead. I mean, when they're planned a week ahead or less, it just doesn't work.
Maybe a little more farmer-to-farmer collaboration. But overall, I think it was good to see what some other people are doing.
Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions relating to the content of this video, or if you are in need of technical or financial assistance relating to natural resources, go to www.vacd.org to find your conservation district in Vermont, or go to nacd.org to find your district nationwide.